The idea for my photo shoot came from my research into different photographers, and what influenced me into doing a fashion and beauty shoot was a fashion and beauty photographer called Stephen Eastwood. And what I like about his images is that he has incredible attention to detail and control over colour and composition. There was one image in particular that I liked. It was a stunning image. It was of a model's face looking directly into the camera lens, which draws you in. The light was used perfectly to make this composition successful, where the right side of the model's face blends into the background while the left side with the gold makeup shines. This gives the effect that she seems to have emerged from nothing. Doing this research into different photographers gave me an idea of what I could create with a bit of imagination. The shoot would not have been possible if it wasn't for the planning. I feel this is the reason why the shoot went so smoothly. Everything was arranged before we went out in the shoot. The location, the equipment, the helper, the model, where specifically we were going to use to take the photos, and there was quite a lot of pre-production and planning went into the shoot. For example, mind maps, risk assessments, production schedules, etc. All this was particularly important for my shoot because it was meant to be a day of fun, and once I had all this planning out of the way, I could then relax and enjoy myself as I intended to do, and in turn I feel I achieved my goal of capturing the emotion of fun. Before I went on my shoot, I had to get used to using the settings on the camera, which was a Nikon D3-100, and I did this by going out and using the aperture and ISO settings. I took a photo with the background in focus, and then I opened up the aperture full to create an out of focus background. And this really helped me when I went to do my own shoot, because if I wanted a photo with an out of focus background, then I knew from experimenting with the camera settings that I just had to open up the aperture and get the shot I wanted. On the day of the shoot, we arrived at the location with all the equipment we needed: the paint, my model and a helper. I had to recruit a helper to actually throw the paint around the model, because I didn't want to get paint all over the camera, and it would have been a bit hard to throw paint and get the photo at the same time, so a helper was needed there, and it was just going to be a day of fun and expression to capture some good images. We set out for the perfect location, which I had discovered while doing my location recce, and I love this location because of the horizon line, which was created by the sand, water and sky in the background. Everyone who was involved in the shoot knew what we were trying to achieve, and throughout the day there was good communication between myself, the photographer and the model, and this allowed me to create the fun, quirky images that I wanted.
I really enjoyed taking part in the photo shoot at the Narrow Beach. Whenever Emma first told me about it, I knew it was going to be fun, so I decided to go ahead with it, and sure enough, good weather on the beach, perfect setting for it. I have to say it's the first time I'd ever got paint thrown over me on the beach, but yeah, it was definitely fun, and I would definitely do it again, so really enjoyed it, and yeah.
Once the shoot was finished, I could then transfer the images onto my computer and put them into a photo shoot folder. Once I had them images in a folder, I could then look through them and choose which one I wanted for my final image. And once I had the final image, I could then bring it into Photoshop. Once in Photoshop, I could then edit the image. To do this, I went to Image, then Adjustments, and down to Photo Filter. I then chose Sepia tone. I chose sepia because there was so much colour already in the photo due to the green and blue paint that I wanted to tone these loud colours down. Doing this allowed us to appreciate what was already in the photo, such as how the light hits the model's shoulder and face, and the out of focus background that adds depth to the photo. I then turned it to 100%, and you can see the photo changing. I then went to duplicate layer and selected linear lighting and changed the lighting to exaggerate the nice way that the light hits the model's shoulder. And that was my image finished. There was not very much editing required at all to get the finished piece that I wanted of my image. To gather feedback, I prepared a questionnaire and handed it out. And from the results of that questionnaire, I found that I had achieved my goal of capturing the emotion of fun, as everyone who filled it out said that they could see fun in the images. Also, everyone who filled out the questionnaires' comments were positive, and that made me really happy to see that people actually did like the photos. I really enjoyed doing the shoot and enhancing my skills in photography, and I'm really happy with how the images turned out.